Hi Avinash, how are you?
Very good, Nizam. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and I'm glad, friends. Here is one of my role models, Avinash, and it's a long story. I know him from the past 3 years, right, Avinash? I've done here 3 years.
2017. Yes, I think
Yes,
we're in the fourth year, possibly.
yes, both possible. And there's a long story, friends. And here is Avinash, Avinash Anand Singh. I call as absolutely amazing soul. So
Thank you
let me
so much.
introduce you all to one of the topmost law of attraction trainers and my mentor, my role model. So, friends, Avinash is director of Blue Dot Transform Consulting Private Limited. Avinash is one of the foremost trainers of law of attraction and subconscious mind mastery in India. In the last 4 years, he has conducted his programs in more than 12 cities and has trained around 1500 plus people. I'm one among them, and he has also conducted his powerful programs in some of the top companies in India like Hero Steel, DMart, Zenzar, Wadia Group, and many more, friends. He's a member of Forbes Coaches Council. That's one of the achievements, Avinash. And some of the best coaches in the world. He is also um, a REC Karmavir Fellow and a fellowship given by iCongo in collaboration with the United Nations. He is a postgraduate in leadership development and holds 10 years of experience in the field of learning and development. In addition to this, he also trained in NLP, hypnotherapy, pranic healing, Arhatic yoga. He passionately studies scientific areas like quantum physics, neuroscience, and positive psychology, to name few. His vision is to build a learning curriculum driven by science and ancient wisdom to create a new model of education which will elevate the collective consciousness of human beings around the world. The mission is to help people connect to their inner genius so as to manifest their greatness. That's awesome, Avinash. So I have some questions to you. I thanks for accepting this request through you. I want to give message to this world. Like a lot of people will get benefited. So first question: does law of attraction exist, Avinash?
Yeah, yeah. So the answer is yes, it is a universal law, and I believe it for sure exists because I teach that as well. But yes, if you see the world today, we have a group of people who believe on the scientific side and a
Mhm,
group of people who are more on the spiritual side, right?
mhm,
Now, on the spiritual side, people who are more of a spiritual bent of mind, and
mhm,
these people can refer their own scripture from whichever they follow, and they'll find every religion. The teachers taught about this part. We had ancient rishis and sages and saints who spoke about this, right? So in the
mhm,
ancient part, in the domain of spiritual understanding, we have this understanding for sure.
mhm,
In the scientific side now, we have touchwood. We are in the world right now where a lot of changes happen, and today we have scientific evidence of these concepts in operation. These concepts which are now being measured, being scientifically tested also, and especially with the advent of quantum physics,
mhm.
1920s when it came in, I think that demystified a lot of concepts and theories. And I think quantum physics is the closest you can get to understand these universal laws. And I think times to come, more things would be much more clear to people, in fact.
Okay. So, one thing, Avinash, like I visualize and everything happen in my life. Do I need to take any action? So there is this lot of conflict. Some say you don't do anything, everything is taken care. Some say that you just visualize and affirm and things will happen. So what is the role of action in the practice of law of attraction?
Very good question, Nizam, because even I face a lot of people who generally come with that question. Now, we need to understand there is no absolute truth in this, right? The
Mhm.
truth is relative. We have to see which angle we are seeing this from. Now, when we see from the angle of, say, law of attraction manifestation, obviously in the entire process, your mental, your thoughts, your emotions plays a major role, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people, all of us possibly, and we all have this experience. Everybody who's listening to this right now, that sometime we are thinking about somebody, some close one, especially mom and dad or friend, and instantly you get a call from that person.
Yes, a lot of times it
Or
happens.
sometime I'm thinking of a thought, like I haven't met this friend for a long time, and
Mhm.
that evening somewhere I end up meeting that friend. No, now this is not a one-off incident. This is possibly an experience everybody has. So
Mhm.
what is the basis of it? Why it is happening, bro? From my understanding, this is a very quick manifestation all of us have done, right?
Mhm.
This manifestation, because it's so small in the universal possibilities, because it's just you and your close one, you and your loved one. And for this possibility, not 100,000 people are focusing on it, right? You
Yes.
thinking about your mom is a very low energy requirement even in the universe, right? Which happens very. So some events you may not need to take an action. You
Mhm.
can say think for it and it just happen. Like you're going to a shop to buy a yellow color shirt with that lines on it, right? Something you have seen somewhere. Now, there are not 100,000 people wanting for it, right? You go to a mall, you're visualizing that shirt and you get in the mall somewhere, right? So I think for smaller events, the probabilities in the universe, because look, what is the universe? The universe is nothing but all kind of probabilities existing.
Mhm.
And when we say reality is some probability becoming matter, becoming into the physical reality. So for some things in life, you don't need to take an action. You think a thought, emotions you feel, and you end up manifesting. Now, this is for normal people like you and me.
Mhm.
A yogi, a highly developed a spiritual teacher or a saint or a yogi, they have come to that level of development that they can simply by the power of thought or the power of emotion, by the power of will, they can bring anything into existence because their energy is so high. They are a very high level of development. But for common people like you and me, when we think a thought, when we feel an emotion, and if the intention is something big, it is about spreading the work. It is about manifesting a house. Is it about manifesting a business of, say, 5 lakh rupees per month kind of income, right? Those kind of events, right, has many people in the factor, in the game, right? There are many people involved in the entire process. Like their competitor is here, you're trying to go for the topper in the examination. There are many people eyeing that topper rank position. So when it comes to those kind of events, right, which involves multiple factors, your thought and emotion action plays a very crucial role. Now, why so? Number one, a lot of people, if they are simply thinking and feeling, that will also get the result. But if they're not taking action, they themselves become doubtful
Mhm.
because you are not able to stay in that state of coherence, alignment for a long period of time for it to manifest, right?
Mhm.
You yourself become doubtful. Number one. Number two, sometimes action is also a creation of energy. So when you
Okay.
think thought, when you feel emotion, you have made possibilities open for you now, right?
Mhm.
But when you take an action, this is also effort which is needed at the physical level of reality, right?
Okay.
At the emotional level, at the mental level, at the energy level, we have done the work. But
Mhm.
for some time, at the physical level, the energy movement has to happen for you to experience that reality, right?
Mhm.
Now, for example, I'm trying to manifest a new job, but if I have switched off my phone, I'm not on internet, not on anywhere, I've not uploaded my resume anywhere, right? I'm not meeting friends, just sitting in my house and trying to manifest. Now, you will not have the job because the possibilities are opening by you're applying law of attraction, but
Mhm.
you have to be present as well in the right places for it to meet you. So, for example, meeting friends, being online, putting my CV somewhere, and here the right person gets to see your CV and things happen for you. No, so physical action is also energy in movement.
Okay.
When you think of emotional, mental, thought, visualization, writing, that is the inner world action.
Mhm.
External world action is equally important as well, but not in all cases. Some cases you have thought a thought, you left it out, and eventually you did not do anything for it. You thought was to meet Shah Rukh Khan, and you're going traveling somewhere, and in the airport you end up meeting Shah Rukh Khan.
Hmm.
You did not take any focused action on towards that event, that tracking Shah Rukh Khan's schedule, where he's going, let me go to the same airport. No. You had a thought, you left that thought, but the thought was intense, desire was intense, and the universe at the right time made that happen for you. So yes, action I think is very important, and that also gives us a lot of self-belief that I'm doing the right thing towards the focus outcome for it to happen for me as well.
Okay. So thank you, Avinash. That gave me a lot of clarity. And now let's say there is this India and Australian match, and both the captains are well trained in law of attraction. They have they have put practice, they have tried everything, they visualize, they put the effort. Only one wins.
Yeah.
So, what plays the major role in the output? Or maybe there is an interview, only 10 jobs are there, 1,000 people have applied. Everyone wishes, everyone wants to crack that. Let's assume that all are very well prepared, they are talented. So, what kind of these situations try to tell us, and how do we make difference?
Okay, now if you look around the world, you would find in every profession, may it be cricket, may it be music, may it be dance, may it be authors, books, movies, you would notice something that not every time the most talented person is at the top, right?
Yes,
Not
yes.
every time the best talent gets to win.
Hmm.
Not every time the best actor becomes the star, right?
Hmm.
For example, Kamli was a much better player than Sachin as well, right? But Sachin came to that light. Kamli possibly missed on the way. So if you look around everywhere, we find a lot of amazing talent, amazing people. They sometimes end up not coming to the outcome, but the level of success which we quantify right in the world in terms of money and achievement, right? So when you talk about, I'll take the first example which you mentioned about the cricket team. No,
Yes.
now uh, obviously there are many factors at a higher level because this is something which is involving two nations completely. No,
Hmm. Hmm.
now I'll give you one example. I'll give you a couple of examples to explain this point. I think those 2013 World Cup, which India lost, I think, in the finals, right?
Mhm.
Uh, 2013, I think 2020 World Cup, something of that sort, possibly. Either
Okay.
2020
I'm
or
not much familiar with cricket.
yeah. So that game India lost, and a Star Sports ran a headline that kind of a slogan for that complete event for India, and the slogan was, "We won't give it back."
Okay.
We won't give it back. It was Star Sports tagline, right? We won't give it back. And we went to semi-finals, I guess, or in the finals we lost the match, right? Now, if you notice what happened here, the two countries trying to fight it out, but when this slogan was all over, Star Sports, highly advertised everywhere, we won't give it back, we won't give it back. Commercials were coming in. And obviously, these slogans, one-liners makes an effect. That's why you see best of the advertisement guys, they create such slogans which can go very catchy and can be picked up by people. Now, when you see the slogan, we won't give it back, this is eliciting an emotion, a feeling of last time when we give it back,
Oh.
right? So I'm saying, no, this time I won't give it back. So unconsciously, when you are repeating the statement or hearing to it, your subconscious data is triggering of the data of the failure you had last time. They did not say we are going to win this time. They say we won't give it back this time, right? Now, that slogan influenced the subconscious of a lot of people, possibly everybody who watches the cricket, right?
Mhm.
And obviously there are many, many factors for it for sure, but this was one major factor which led to unconsciously letting the probability go to the other team in a way, right?
Okay.
One, I'll give another example. I think then a couple of years down the line, West Indies won the, I think, World Cup, 2020 World Cup, I think, West Indies. And there was a song which became famous, right? We are the champion. River is the champion. Gale is a champion. You heard the song? It went viral everywhere.
No, Avinash.
Okay, very famous song. And if you just go, it was like everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Now, even Indian people were chanting it, right? Brevo, I think, made that song. the West Indies all-rounder, and people are chanting it in the hotels, in India, everywhere. That song was a viral song, no? And eventually, in that match, West Indies last three balls, I think one of the batsmen, he hit three ball, three sixes, and he won the World Cup for West Indies, right?
Oh,
From completely a no possibility to winning the World Cup. Now, later on, they asked Bravo, what are you doing this? Like when you say we are the champion, what is the hand movement? And they said, as a team, we visualize lifting the World Cup.
oh, awesome.
And with that, lifting the World Cup, we are saying, we're the champion, we're the champion. Now, that song went viral. Intention they have set of West Indies winning the World Cup, that song went viral. Even in India, people are chanting that song.
Okay.
Combined together,
Contributing.
really energize that possibility they created.
Okay, okay.
If you think about when they made the song with that hand gesture, it's like sowing the seed. The intention was set. And then everybody, when they are saying that song, right, we are the champion, Gill is the champion, we are dancing, we are enjoying in that happy mode. Now, when we are singing the song, what is the emotion we are triggering? Happy, joyful. We are the champions, right? And everybody was focusing the energy on that outcome of West Indies winning the game. And that's how they win the game. So a lot of time, apart from obviously how well the team intention is, how well, what is the atmosphere the entire country is right now feeling possibly, right? And sometimes that's where the leadership role is. A great leader, like, remember in World War II, Winston Churchill, that radio address he gave to the nation, it turned the history of England completely, right? He made the people influenced to come and win the war for them. Now, that's what a great leader does. They can inspire people, their emotions to one outcome. And that reverse completely. Now, just one more minute. Now, if you see, apart from cricket, if you see in politics, when Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, he got elected 2014, what was the slogan which became famous?
Abki baar Modi Sarkar.
Abki baar Modi Sarkar. Now, everybody literally was saying that statement. And people were saying that, and they asked, whom are you voting for, right? And he says, PM Modi, but which party? We don't know. They did not even know the party, but their slogan became that link, that energy thread everywhere, right? Similarly, Arvind Kejriwal, 5 Saal Kejriwal. Notice these slogans, they are emphasizing an outcome. 5 Saal Kejriwal, Abki baar Modi, right? So what is the slogan? The companies create, teams create, they play a major role. Some people know the energetic effect of it. That's why they choose the slogans very, very well. So eventually coming back, it is the outcome which collective consciousness is focusing on. In terms of interview or maybe a movie or maybe getting to IS, right? You may not have the best talented guy get through, but the guy possibly who has put the most strongest intention. Somebody can be a topper and they still can be doubtful in the entire process, like sometimes going down and strong. Somebody has not possibly read a lot, but the intention is very strong and they are ending up influencing the outcome as well. Okay. So it comes down, if we can just measure what is the energy we have created in the entire process, we can able to see it much clearly. No? And look, in quantum physics, the entire double slit experiment, it defines it, right? Your observation creates reality, right? So the way we are observing, which means what we are thinking, feeling about that particular outcome. What is that state we are in right now? And that eventually changes the result as well.
Thank you, Avinash.
And just to add one more line, sometimes that's what mistake we do. Sometimes when we hate people, like when Donald Trump got elected, a lot of people hating him. But when you're hating something, eventually you're still putting a lot of energy towards that outcome.
Yes.
And Trump got elected. That's why they say, Mother Teresa, she did not went for an anti-drugs rally. Because when we're resisting something, it's still persisting. So you have to be very clear. What is the outcome you are focusing towards? In the worst case scenario, you have to remind yourself, what is my outcome? Sometimes we get so much, attracted towards hating, resisting something. I don't want this, I don't want this. But eventually you have to shift your consciousness towards what is the outcome I'm willing to create for myself. And the moment the energy goes towards that side, that's what comes into reality eventually.
Excellent, excellent. So even we are blessing through our negative, though we are telling negative, but in the mind we are giving a positive outcome as per like Trump's example you are giving.
Even you're feeling negative. Now, you see, the energy is obviously there is a positive and negative energy. We can categorize it.
Yes.
But when you're feeling this negative energy towards an outcome, right?
Mhm.
I don't want Trump to come in. I don't want Trump to come in. But eventually, this fuel from my system is still amplifying the fire. It's like, for example, there's a fire someplace, and you say, "Oh, there's a fire. Now, where is the water? I don't have the water right now. There's a bucket of oil. Let me throw the oil." Now, oil will amplify the fire. Right?
Yes.
So you have to be careful when you're creating something. You are still creating that energy field from your heart and from your body. And
Okay.
that energy field eventually attracts that reality for you or contributes to that reality in the outside. Now, if they would have focused, I hate Trump. No, I want to get Bernie Sanders elected, right? That would be a better thing to carry out, right? So most people generally they're stuck in fear, in hate, and what they miss is that you have to literally stop that process of hating and feeling fear, and you have to come out to the space of higher emotion, higher vibration of what is that you want to create.
Hmm.
And I think great leaders is what they do. They can shift the consciousness very fast from a negative consciousness to a positive one. Let's focus on the outcome because your focus expands the reality, right? That's where the energy flow gets directed.
Awesome, awesome. Now the things are becoming more clear. To
Right.
go more deeper, Avinash, you made us do a very difficult exercise. So I want to ask again, why do you emphasize on forgiving people, especially who have hurt us, who have deceived or whatsoever, but still it is very hard to forgive. So should we but when we try it isn't so easy, but still you emphasize and you make people do in your workshops that you give more importance about forgiveness. What's the importance of it?
Now, you see over here, if you notice, each one of us, primarily, we are people with positive energy.
Hmm.
Right? We are born with that. If you look at a child, every child is born with a positive energy, right? Every child, if she has got food and water and done all the things, the child is happy and joyful. So
Okay.
everybody, the default state is positivity. That's how nature brings all of us, right? As we go through life, we end up going through a lot of circumstances, situations, events, and some of these are not very good, not very positive. And that's what starts affecting our energy, our mindset, our behavior, and we become a different kind of person growing up, right?
Okay.
What we have to understand is whatever negative you've been through, right? Somebody came and hurt you badly, right? They cheated you, right? All of that is correct. But you ask eventually, when you're hating that person, when you're feeling that negativity, right? Where is that negativity stored? Is it
Inside us,
inside somewhere or is it within you?
within.
Within you. Which means this negative energy which you have felt for that person, it is being stored inside you, right?
Hmm.
Now, if it's inside you, that energy is quite real.
Hmm.
This energy is a thought and emotion combined. So by having that experience of that maybe person cheating or abusing you, whatever it might be, and these are very bad events. We're not saying these are good things to happen, but very bad things to happen. But that even happened once. Now, if for 10 years you're holding that even inside you, you're holding that field of energy within you, and the different chakras which process these emotions and experiences, you're holding that negative energy within you, right? Imagine this. If that energy is negative and you're holding for 10 years, what that will do to you. And today we have, again, science which says a lot of diseases are psychosomatic.
Yes.
That what energy creates issues of diabetes sometimes because the chakra which is handles the negative emotion is also next to handles the pancreas as well, right? It leads to there are a lot of research which says that emotions like resentment, like extreme chronic anger leads to things like cancer as well, no? And the studies done that how emotions literally weakens your immune system, and eventually your body's own ability to fight gets weakened, no? So then does it not make sense for us to release this negative energy field which is hampering within us, making us weaker? And if
Yes.
you bring law of attraction, If that is the energy you're holding, that's what you're emitting outside, right? That's what the energy you are simply broadcasting. And that's what the reality you're attracting for yourself. No? Now, then how do we release this energy, right? And for that process, what forgiveness is, in fact, no? That's what great teachers have taught us. When we forgive, a lot of people mistake that forgiveness is for somebody else. No, forgiveness is primarily an activity which you're doing for your own benefit,
Hmm.
for your own, for your own betterment.
Hmm.
Because when you forgive, you let this negative energy feel, that emotion to be released from the body. And when that happens, you are giving yourself a space to let your natural energy come out, which is joy, peace, compassion, and love. Right? Now, if I give you an analogy to make this point clear, suppose the way somebody hurts you and you feel the pain. What if somebody, say, for example, there's a person whom you don't have a good relationship with, you're going, this person throws some mud onto you, right? Now, your entire white shirt is full of mud, right? And you say, oh my God, I'm all dirty. Now you're feeling the anger for that person. You come back home. What do? You go and change your clothes, take a bath, release the mud, and put the cloth in the washing machine to clean it, right?
Yes,
Next day,
yes,
it's clean. So externally, you're going to clean your body, right? You're not
yes,
going to get the mud stay on your shirt for 10 years, on your body for 10
yes,
years. So
yes.
externally, we all take a bath and clean ourselves.
Amazing.
Internally, somehow we say, no, no, internally, I'm going to keep this out. Now,
Okay.
that doesn't make sense. If you are going to keep this pain internally, which is going to make you completely into a negative state, then I suggest, why don't you also keep it externally? But externally, we want to be clean.
Yes,
Internally, we want to hold the pain. So that's why forgiveness is such an amazing practice, because by person hurting you is one mistake they did, but by you holding the pain, you are hurting yourself every day, abusing yourself every day, because you're feeling the same emotion, same thoughts of that event which you felt then for 10 years of your life as well.
hmm,
And not a no it's not a very kind and loving thing to ourselves. That's why we need to understand ourselves, that what is forgiveness, why it is important, and how this life is about experiences, and sometimes bad teaches us as well, but let that pain help you become a better person, not stay in pain and cling to pain as well.
yes. Thank you, Avinash. And Avinash, one more. Could you please explain about tithing? So you even encourage. It's not always about money. Whatever way we can, is it like what is the science behind tithing and all?
You see, tithing is generally a word used in Christianity, but every religion, every teacher, scripture has talked about this part. For me, I learned this from pranic healing when
Mhm.
I learned pranic healing by Grandmaster Chogok Soi. Amazing course of energy and healing modality, in which I came across the concept of tithing or donating some money. Now, if you notice, every scripture, every teacher, right from Lord Christ to in Sikhism, in Islam, in Hinduism, they have talked about donating a part of your income for charity purposes, right? For helping others, right? And it can be in money, can be in kind, in terms of kind or services as well.
Hmm.
Now, three, four level of understanding at this point.
Hmm.
Number one, you know, when we talk about this universe, today we have access to a lot of things, which is like a privilege to us. For example, now the light was discovered by somebody long time back, like Thomas Alva Edison. He discovered, he did the work, he went. And today we consume light, we take the benefit of light, we pay to the electrical companies, but we don't pay anything to Thomas Alva Edison, right? Similarly with computer technology, with airplane, with medical system, right? Now, somebody has put an effort and they did the research, they did the development, and we are taking benefit of it because we are born in this time today, right? Then don't we owe a debt to those people as well who have done the research and whom we are taking the benefit right now? And then how do you pay the debt, because they are not present right now? They have gone from you, right? So they did it completely now, without selfishness, without completely being not being selfish. They did this for helping the human race move forward,
Hmm.
right? Now, because we have a privilege today of having a lot of things with us, right? But there's still people in the world who are not that privileged, right? So can we also, with our effort, maybe by teaching somebody, by donating money to good causes, can we help people who are not that privileged? And that's our part of paying the debts we owe to those people to help other people to also rise. This is one level of understanding from the holistic perspective. A level understanding next, and maybe a next level of understanding would be, you see, many laws are governing the universe, and one law is law of attraction. We talk about it, but there's another law which is called as the law of karma as well, right? And law of karma is again something which is universal in nature. Every religion talk about it. Every teacher talked about it. Law of karma simply means what you give is what comes back to you in your life, right? Or for example, whatever you have right now is a result of what you have given in life, right? You have given joy and love to people, that's what you experience. If you have given no, you have hurt people, hurt comes back to you, right? If we want abundance in our life, if we want to succeed in life, if we want to people to help us, then we have to first sow the seed. First, we have to help them. We have to give money. We have to give charity. We have to be kind to people so that that gets reflected. So one of the nature of the universe is, if you see this part, that the nature is a reflection. This universe works on a principle of reflection. What is reflection? Whatever you do gets reflected back in your life. Your thought gets reflected back, your emotion gets reflected back, your words gets reflected back. It's like you go to a mountain and say a word. You are stupid. Now the ego comes back to you. You hear the what, right? So you became the victim of the same word you spoke. So if you see, the universe is a reflection of what kind of person we are and what are we doing. Now, if you're doing bad things, that gets reflected back to our life as well. If you're doing good things, good comes back to reflect, comes back as well. That's another thing. Now, if you see from a scientific perspective, right, there is a research done from, I think, UCLA, and this research was amazing. It showed that there are the two kinds of happiness we have generally, right? One kind of happiness is called as eudaimonic happiness, Eudaimonic, eudaimonic happiness, and second kind, hedonic happiness, Hedonic. Now, the first level of happiness is when you do something for other people, right? Like the Mother Teresa kind of work, right? And that gives you happiness and fulfillment. No, second kind of happiness is the consummatory, no consumption kind of happiness. It's like you buy stuff, you go and buy things, parties, and all that kind of happiness you experience, right? What they found was when you experience the first level of happiness, eudaimonic happiness, when that emotion is being released in your body, the chemicals are being released, that happiness, those chemicals, they saw that it activates in your immune system a lot of genes, right, which enhances your immune system, which are like anti-inflammation genes, which makes your immune system more, antibody gets more stronger, so you can fight disease easily. Whereas they found when you experience the second kind of happiness, hedonic happiness, right, the consummatory kind of happiness, they found the exact reverse effect.
Okay.
The inflammation genes were activated and the antibodies or antiviral genes were down regulated. So which means it's just not about the happiness, but with what is the source of happiness. When you're helping other people, your body immune system, it starts becoming more stronger. And the help can be, because when you help, you feel that emotion of joy and happiness inside your heart.
Yes.
That's the feeling is amazing. Today we have science which says why. That's what our ancient people they talked about. So when you do something like donation or charity or helping people with the heart, not to just show off, with the heart, it has tremendous effect over your body as well. Now, if your immune becomes stronger, you don't fall sick. You eventually end up saving money, right? You end up being as well, right? So I think we are wired because we are one organic entity. We are one system. One of the principles is called as oneness, where we all are connected to each other, and we can't be happy and joyful if people around us not happy and joyful. But you are doing something which impact a larger consciousness, by default, the ripples of that could automatically starts changing your energy field, and that brings kind of power to design your life.
Avinash, the major concern, what I funnily call as vitamin M, financial
Yes.
abundance, money. So, any tips on attaining financial abundance in
You know,
life?
yeah. One of the simplest thing is, and the I think the very fundamental of it, yes, all of things talked about, this can be used as a like tithing or
Mhm.
donating money, very powerful method to do this. Now, at the deepest core, right, what people have to reflect back, what is your relationship with money?
Okay.
What is your relationship with abundance and finances, right? Now, it can be a very simple exercise to discover it.
Mhm.
You can simply think about or write this down personally, the word money, or think about the word money, right? And notice what kind of thoughts and emotions you feel about it,
Mhm.
right? All positive in nature or negative in nature as well. Now, sometimes because we have been through a difficult life and we have been through a difficult childhood, dad, mom didn't, may not had a lot of money in there with them, or maybe we had some difficult financial expense in our life, right? We continue holding those experiences, and that makes us conclude a different, make a different perception or make a different conclusion about money. So when you go through that situation in the past, you end up today thinking about money is difficult one,
Mhm.
or no, you can't earn a lot of money doing what you love, or if money comes, problem comes too, or every evil comes out of money.
Oh.
So we end up forming a lot of conclusion about money, right? But same time, people can also conclude, right? I feel blessed because money gives me the ability to do a lot of change in this world. Money gives me freedom to live the life the way I want to live, right? So people have to go back first and inquire, investigate what is the relationship with money they have, right,
Okay.
in their consciousness. Because if you notice the part of your maybe the brain which process the thing about money, you see there is a particular part of the brain. Now, what is the emotion and thoughts linked to that part of the brain, right? So when you think about money, what emotions or what energy you emit outside. Now, until and unless that relationship is not changed with money, right? You cannot hate somebody and want this to come in your life. Not possible,
Yes.
right? At the most fundamental level, moment you change that relationship with money, right? And having the right belief that, okay, I had a difficult situation in the past, but that was past. But if I hold the same conclusion of the past today as well, that's completely stupidity.
Mhm.
Okay, I had a difficult childhood because money was not there. But today I'm a different person, different possibilities, different abilities, and I have different thinking to
Mhm.
create different abundance, right? If I still hold on to these past conclusion, it's like I'm not now making the past as my present as my future, right? People have to now see money the ways they see oxygen.
Mhm.
So oxygen is in plenty available, right? Something money as well. Money is an energy, right? And it is nothing good or bad. It's up to you what emotions you want to link with money.
Mhm.
So at the deepest core, if somebody can attach joy, happiness, self-worth, you know, uh, peace, excitement, enthusiasm, enjoyment around money, and if they can feel that emotion when they think about money, they start shifting the vibrations they're emitting around money. And that's a higher vibration. Once that happens, they automatically start attracting it back effortlessly because we all deserve to have money coming to us. So simple activities every day. You write some maybe affirmations. You may chant some affirmations, which involves money and abundance with the positive thoughts and emotion. Like for example, I am feeling so blessed and happy to have so much of joyful money coming in my life.
Okay.
So attaching with money some positive thoughts and emotions around it. And when this becomes a part of my subconscious by repetition, by feeling it intensely, some people who love dancing. So you dance, but as you dance, you repeat the words like I'm a multi-millionaire, right? Or I'm having so much of money. You say those statements, change that relationship. So once your viewpoint changes about money, your attitude changes, your behavior changes, you automatically will see you'll have better ideas coming to you. You
Yes.
have automatically the brain will start seeing possibilities which was not possible before, right?
Mhm.
So I think the most fundamental level, the deepest level is what is your relationship with money? And once you change that relationship, and that's true with anyone, how do you make a relationship better with a partner? You complement the partner. You know there are mistakes, but okay, there are good points as well, right? You accept the partner. A lot of people, they want a lot of money, but they are not honoring, they are not acknowledging, they are not being grateful for whatever money they are getting right now.
Hmm.
So if you not enjoy 10 rupees or 100 or 1,000 rupees, how would you have lakh rupees coming to you,
Yes.
right? Now, once you start enjoying that 100 rupees, you're saying, I'm so grateful I have 100 rupees with me. I have 1,000 rupees with me. I have 1 lakh rupees with me, right? When I say I'm so grateful for it, that I think creates the foundation for a greater to come, right? So when you appreciate what you have, it appreciates in life. But if you don't appreciate, it depreciates. And in Nizam, who knows better than you, right? I remember the first time you came to the workshop, you went back, you got a new job at 2.5 times the salary, I think, right?
Yes.
You have
Yes.
already done that for yourself, right? So I think, yes, people have to change the consciousness around money, the energy that they're attaching towards money, and seeing money as just energy which gives you the ability to do whatever you wish to. Good, bad, both, right? If a good person, you do good. If a bad person, do bad. And then it has own repercussions as well.
Yes. Uh, there are so many authors in the market. So if someone wants to get started reading about law of attraction, could you please suggest few books where one can get started?
Okay, now if they should wait for my book to come, still it's going to come sometime. Okay, now, but if you see somebody who doesn't want to read a lot of science, they read would be like books like Secret, right, which Rhonda Byrne wrote. Books like The Power of Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, because subconscious mind is a deeper, interconnected part in law of attraction. A book from The Power of Positive Thinking is a good book, right? Even the writings of Neville Goddard, he wrote a lot of things on law of attraction, imagination. So these are some quick, easy read. If somebody wants to go more deeper in the spiritual aspect, right, like more spiritual kind of, Bible talks a lot about the law of attraction in different phrases, right? Like Lord Christ, one of the statement he say, whenever you ask something in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours, right? So these are
Yes.
teachings of law of attraction. But in India, we had one saint called as Swami Shivananda, and
Mhm.
Shivananda, the great Saint Shivananda, he wrote a lot about the power of thought, the power of energy. So even his teachings are very good to refer. If somebody wants to refer from scientific side, I think the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza,
Yeah.
the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself or Supernatural, he brings a lot of science to these things, right? Even the books of Greg Braden, he's again a researcher, and he also has written a couple of books which talks about this as well. Another lady is no, she's a journalist turned researcher, Line McTard, which she wrote the book called as The Field or The Power of Eight. And those books also highlights a lot of research in place scientifically on the areas of law of attraction. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That was enough to get started. And you also emphasized about gratitude a while ago. Avinash, could you please elaborate a bit more on why should one feel gratitude? It is not a should though, but see, everyone says like practice gratitude, but what about in a challenging time? What about someone is going through a rough time, someone has lost job, someone had breakup issue or a divorce, or someone passed a loved one? Yet how is it possible to be grateful in challenging times?
Yes, in challenging times, it is difficult for sure because we all are human beings with all kind of emotions and experiences, right? But same time, we need to understand what is gratitude exactly, right? Now,
Yeah.
if you see tremendous research in place now, scientifically, if somebody just goes and Google research on gratitude, like from Berkeley Institute, they are great research. Pennsylvania has done a lot of research on this, University of Pennsylvania. You will find scientific basis of gratitude. Why gratitude is so powerful for the body, for the brain, for the immune system, right? What it triggers, which makes your body stronger. Now, when you talk about gratitude in a difficult situation, you see, when something is going wrong, right? Now, no matter how painful the situation is, you are not going to be in that pain for 10 years, for 20 years, for 30 years, right? Sometimes it lasts for like a week, lasts for a month, and sometimes, yes, for years as well. But after some time, we all come back to the state of happiness and joy. We start enjoying life again. No, the question is, the key is how quickly we can shorten this speed. where we come out of the pain and be back to the joy and happiness, right? That's the key. And we all do this. Sometimes we do this very fast when we experience the emotion fully and we come back to the natural state. Sometimes we take a lot of time. So, at a difficult time, what is happening is, this is something called as the concept of negativity bias, which is, Daniel Kahneman in the book Thinking Fast and Slow. He mentions about, he's a Nobel Prize winner, and he writes about negativity bias, which is the human mind is generally focused on, noticing what is missing in our life, right?
Okay.
In a situation, what happens? There's still 100,000 things going right for you. Like, for example, you lost a job. Now, you lost a job. Okay, it's a bad event, but that is one event out of 100,000 events of your life. Because you lost a job, but your mom they're still alive. Your wife is still alive. Your husband is still alive. You will still have a good body. What if people get cancer? What if you get cancer? Imagine how that would be, right? So gratitude helps us to build the right perspective. That out of 100,000 things in my life, okay, only one has gone wrong, or two has gone wrong, three has gone wrong. But still, I'm so blessed to have all of these which are still going right for me. There's a possibility all can go wrong, right? There are people who are orphan, who have a disease, nobody to help, nobody to feed them. Now imagine something like that. So gratitude is generally helps us to bring the perception in the right place. Because your perception influences your reality to a great extent, right? So gratitude will help you in those difficult times to see things in the right perception and to understand, okay, one thing has gone wrong, I've lost a job, but there's so many jobs available. If I can build myself again, come back with more energy, enthusiasm, jest, and will, I can maybe get a new job, a better job as well. So I'll give you one example. Now we are running financial healing batches. No, these are again to workshops to help people bring a deeper change. And I just got a WhatsApp message before we connected on the call. There's one doctor from Nasik. She also joined the session, and she was doing these practices. Like she joined the relationship healing and financial healing, both the courses, right? Good doctor, good achievement, entire family is doctors. And she was doing the practices, everything was good, building up the energy, releasing the negative blockages, building the energy of gratitude, love, and deeper manifestation practices. Now, the session got over in April, I think 26 April, right? May and June. Now she said, I felt very good and I can see the changes within me now. I'm so happy and joyful. I'm so positive, but there's no outcome external shift in my life right now. I'm still having the same job, right? And I'm looking for a partner right now, but there's no external changes. So I say, look, first internal changes are important. Once your energy is shifted within, externally it will happen as well. Now, come fast forward 1.5 months, April, May and June now. She wrote a message that 3 days back, the hospital she was working in, they got through a difficulty financially because this time, and then she had to leave the job, right? Now, in the workshop, we asked them to write goals and we bless these goals. We put a lot of energy to it. Now, she wrote a goal of having a desired salary, a desired profile. Now, 3 days back, her administration told that, ma'am, you have to leave. She left the job, but in a matter of 3 days, she gets a new offer with the salary she wrote for herself and the kind of profile she wanted.
Excellent.
Now, I told her, look, this is what happened. All the practices you did, your energy was so high that the moment an opportunity left, a new one manifested for you. In fact, the new one manifested and you left the job because that's what you're manifesting.
Yes.
Right? You were adding a new salary. Now, in the old job, it was not possible, the same salary. So the reverse made you come out of it and get your new job with the salary you wanted and the company wanted, the hospital, the profile, all met as per your criteria, right? Awesome. So this is how gratitude works out. When you do the work, it changes. Now, if you see scientifically, every emotion is energy, right? Love is energy, joy is energy, compassion energy, peace is energy. Now, gratitude means what? Gratitude, we feel emotion of gratitude when we receive something, right? Like you gave me something, I felt, oh, I'm so grateful for this, right? So the chemical in my body, it has a very different chemical composition of the emotion of gratitude, right? Because it's a chemical which is released when I've received something. So the energy which just created is also energy of already having it, right? If love is energy, gratitude is energy, then when I feel gratitude, This energy of that I'm already having it. So if I can tap this formula and say, okay, I want this goal to achieve. I don't have it right now, but I start feeling it that I already have it right now with me. And I start feeling gratitude. I'm so grateful. If you do this properly, your brain has the ability to create that situation, that emotion, that thought, which can literally help you be in that state. And the moment your state changes, it also changes your energy field. And now you program your energy field, you code your energy field with the energy of already having that job, that partner. Now, this energy then will start reflecting back, reflecting out the same vibrations in the universe. And that, by the law of attraction, will start attracting the same situation for this to happen, right? And that's how from the external reality, we end up manifesting the job, that relationship, that health, whatever we want for ourselves, right? So that's what gratitude does. It literally helps you come to the place of the outcome you desire. So it brings you closer to the thing you want to manifest for yourself, right? But yes, consistent practice is the key. Not once in a while, but daily practice will change the game for you.
True. And maybe a last question, Avinash. I know I have asked you a lot, and thanks for patiently clarifying each and every question. Avinash, like it is, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Avinash, we often hear that you don't attract what you say, what you think, but you attract what you are.
Yeah.
And many people think like, see, it is not possible to remain in a positive state of mind 24/7. Different situations we have negative thoughts, we have sometimes drift into negative emotions. Then what is this? Universe is reflecting, universe is responding to you, and all this stuff. So what's your solution about it?
You see, now this is, I think it's an incorrect belief people have formed up that it's not possible to stay in a 24 into 7 positive state.
Mhm.
I think it is possible. Now, if
Okay.
people believe this is not possible, then that's going to be a reality, right?
Okay.
But yes, you notice the children,
Hmm.
are they not in the 24 to 7 positive state?
Yeah, they are.
Right? They are in that joyful, excited state till life, till no parents and teachers play their role. But children by default are in that state. Now, look at the world-class achievers, right? The businessmen, the sports stars. And if you notice them, a lot of them stays in a very consistently high energy state
Hmm.
because they have built certain rituals, certain practices which helps them to be in that state. Now, so you say, okay, then what are those rituals which can help me to reach that state of consistent positivity, right? Now, if you notice the child is always in the present moment.
Hmm.
The child is not worried about the past and the future. And we know being in the present is a skill to practice. Mindfulness is a proper scientific based uh, habit to develop, which can make you be in the present. So if you be in the present, what is the state? It's mostly on the higher side, right? What else children do? They're always in the state of joy and happiness. Now, they are not waiting for happiness and joy.
Yes.
They say, Mom, I want that toy. Mom says, no, no, you'll not get the toy. The child may get sad for 2 minutes, but then he will take something and say, okay, this is my train. And he's playing the train. The child is a masterful practitioner of creating happiness. Most people are waiting for happiness. When something happens for me outside, right, then I feel happy. Children, they know the art of creating happiness right now. You see, that's the key. So children are by nature in the present, by nature in happiness and joy. They forgive easily. You hurt a child, you say something to child will say, I don't want to talk to you. But in 2 minutes, the child will say, okay, it's okay, all right, I forgive you.
Yes.
They quickly forgive people. But adults, we don't stay in the present. We wait for happiness to happen. We don't forgive easily. So all we have to do is to learn what the ways we had in the childhood.
Hmm.
And if you go back to the great people, scientists, doctors, athletes, businessmen, all top people, not all of them, but people who have been consistently happy, and you see what habits they follow. They follow being in the present, mindfulness. Oh, they follow to forgive easily. Oh, they follow to be happy in the moment.
Hmm.
And that's some of the habits even they are practicing, right? Which means, if that is the case, can I also see if I practice this for next few days, few months, how that will change me? And if somebody can take 2, 3 of these practices, right? And if they start practicing weekly, monthly, they would see the result for themselves. Now, with that, a children doesn't watch negative news, doesn't watch Saas Bahu serial, doesn't watch Crime Patrol.
Yes.
If you are feeling fear because you're watching those top people, they don't watch news channels, right? They are investing in libraries. Now, most people, they consume so much of fearful information, news channels, newspaper, and they're repeating the same show, fearful movie, and night they're watching a fearful movie. Now, if you're feeding that data to yourself, what you expect to happen for you? So can you then make a filter that I'm not going to consume anything which makes my state negative? Because today, you see some people say, but if I don't watch news, how would I come to know what is happening in the world? Whatever is happening, good or bad, today we get to have this on WhatsApp, right?
Yes.
Get to have
Yes.
this on social media. Can I create a filter which makes sure that no negativity comes to me in terms of news channels, wherever I can put a filter, right? The news channels, news shows, newspapers, I only consume the right, the good, the knowledge which I need for myself. One. Second, most people, they have habits like gossiping,
Yeah.
right? Like bitching, or like interesting in what is happening in their life. Now, with that kind of behavior, what you're going to expect then? That energy creates similar energy for you. So can you then first cut off your connections with people who you think are very negative, chronic negative? Some people go through difficult time, they become negative. That's completely all right. But if you are staying with people who are chronically negative, right? They have mastered the negativity.
Yeah.
How do you expect to be positive? Like Nizam, we spoke for last 45 minutes, no? You
Yes.
see, we have created a different field of energy, which is a very high energy
Yes.
field, right?
Yes.
Can you then filter people from your life and only select people, right, who are generally in a higher vibration?
Hmm.
As they say, you become the average of 5 people you stay with. So
Yes.
I feel if you filter your company you stay with, and sometimes, yeah, your mom and dad, your husband, wife are negative. So there's certain tools to practice to even make them stay positive. Then if you cut off these negative sources of information and emotions, those movies, those news channels, those serials, because they are playing on your emotions, right? And it's programming you as well. And then third, if you develop positive habits, like being in the present, practicing meditation, being grateful, writing gratitude every day, right? Doing the affirmation, doing the visualization, right? Getting things which makes you happy. If you do that, I think it's very much possible for you to increase the state of happiness from 1 hour to 1 day to 1 week to 1 month, and slowly it becomes your nature.
Okay.
You see your happiness scale has gone higher and negative has gone lower. And
Hmm.
that's how you take control of your outcome as well of life. Because yes, universe reflects who you are, so that you change who you are, right? You work on this investment of yourself because you are going to be with you forever. So can I then work on my habits, my behavior, my mindset, my practices? And if I do that, I change my within, my without changes, my outside changes as well. So it all comes back to your own self. You have to start the self work. There's no replacement for it.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Avinash. And last thing is, uh, can you just brief about, if people want to reach out to you, your website, or what kind of workshops you conduct? Anything, just uh, to know more about your work.
Sure. So now we have been last 6 months. We have been very active on social media. So we put a lot of videos, like
Uh-huh.
good the interview today. So we continue to make a lot of videos on different topics. So YouTube, Avinash Anand Singh is the channel.
Mhm.
Uh, Instagram as well, very regular on Instagram. We're posting some good contents every day as images, as quotes, as the videos again, short videos. So
Mhm.
Instagram, coach_Avinash. That's the
Mhm.
channel on Instagram. On Facebook, Avinash Anand Singh. On YouTube, Avinash Anand Singh. On podcast, we also have launched podcast now, last, I think, 2 months. So it is again with being iconic with Avinash Anand Singh. And we
Mhm.
are on 15 platforms, so Apple, Google, and Spotify, Anchor. We are everywhere possibly. So just Google the name, you'll get to have all these platforms coming up. Website we are just changing now because we are launching a new website. We are making some courses online now. So the website will be avinashanandsingh.com, and that will be up, I think, in a week or 2 week possibly, right? But
Mhm.
that's the way of reaching out on social media. We are very active, so any place. Workshops, Nizam, as of now, the classroom workshop has been stopped because of the corona thing.
Yes.
But we are doing, we said, okay, can we then help people? Look, one mistake we all do is we learn concepts, things, but we don't put it to practice. And I also saw a lot of people that they had amazing information inside, but they're not practicing it. So I said, then can we create something online which is a practice to do work, where I can also play a greater role? Because some people take one-to-one coaching, and that's generally on a higher side of investment. But can we make some low investment courses which people can do and still get a lot of change? So we launched financial healing workshop. This is a 9 session over Zoom. So more than 15 hours of session one-to-one, not one-to-one, one-to-group. So three days a week, we come on Zoom, 9 to 10:15 in the night, or morning 8 to 9, 8 to 9:15. And we make you go through a sequential process of shifting all this negative energy. And we do some healing for you as well, subconscious healing using pranic healing methods, and then the tools of neuroplasticity to change your brain programming about money. So it goes for 3 weeks, and it completely helps you to change your entire association with money, all the past you drop off, build a new intensity, new energy, new subconscious programs. So that's financial healing. Then we do relationship healing, because I feel till the point you don't have a very good relationship with your intimate people, close people, your life will be affected. So fixing the relationship is very important. No? So we have a program on relationship healing as well. Again, 9 sessions. Then we are doing this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, a short program, a 4-5 hour program on law of attraction, in which we say, okay, a lot of people from outside India, they were requesting, so we designed this program. A 5 hour on law of attraction, a 5 hour on creative visualization on Sunday. So these are 5 hour program on Zoom, but we give people enough understanding and the tools, techniques to start the practice in its entirety. Yes, it's a lifetime of work to practice and to learn, but a short program helps people to at least start the process. So currently, that's what we're having, online program. And then there are one-to-one coaching as well. So somebody who keen, you can also connect for it.
Right. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Avinash. That was, I think this is not an interview, but a mini workshop by itself.
Yes. I love giving. So I hope what your audience, I know you're doing some great work, Nizam, yourself. And I see a great future for you as well. I hope your audience, your subscribers get benefit out of it. The very fact, the intention we have to help people, that itself is a very uplifting, high momentum energy, right? And if we continue to take step in that direction by impacting many people in the journey, I think our journey is taken care of. So not to worry about ourselves.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Avinash. Thank you very much.